Shot short. Rebound tipped and taken by James. Here comes James in the open floor. James grab from behind. Count it. Goaltend and one.
Welcome to episode 10 of the N1 podcast. To me and Alex talk about the best music right now and relationships. Hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe.
So, Alex, since we've both been playing video games together for like about 5 years now, what do you recall in recent memory is the most disappointing video game you've ever played?
Honestly, it's probably might catch you a little bit by surprise because I initially wasn't going to pick this game, but I had to, man. To me, it was 2K18. Now, you didn't play 2K17, so you didn't get to experience how much fun that game was, especially to me. Like I said, I know life that game. There's probably no other game that I know life like I did that one. Maybe Fortnite, but NBA 2K17 was so fun, right? But it was far from perfect, Gunnar. So there was, some key things that a lot of the fan base wanted fixed for 2K18. So everyone during the 2K17 summer was kind of hyped because they're like, man, 2K18, if they fix these things up, it's going to be so much better, right? Well, let me tell you, man, 2K18 came out and it's probably one of the worst 2Ks I have ever played in my life. I mean, from like the whole neighborhood standpoint, because that was the first time the neighborhood was introduced, right? They just kind of went away from the park situation and brought in a neighborhood, and it was kind of a good concept, but they didn't think a lot of this stuff through. The subway station, if you loaded in there, just completely crashed your game every single time. Error code. They never patched it. They never could fix it. I don't know what happened. If you were able to get in there, you weren't able to hop on dots. You couldn't get a game anyway. So it was it never even worked, right? So you spawned in from a certain point on a map, and you would have to run all the way around until you leveled up to get a bike. And to get a bike was basically like hitting legend. So it was just so annoying, and little things like that just made it super annoying to just quickly go into a game. Now, the one thing I will say that 2K18 didn't get a lot of love for was the servers. The server, loading into games, 2K18 was so fast because 2K16, 2K15, 2K17, to load into a park, oh my God. Sometimes it could take 10 minutes. I'm not even joking. You'd just be stuck on 39% loading. Then it would jump to 70%, right? And then it would jump to 93%. And it would just stay there for minutes on minutes on minutes. And then you'd finally load in. And sometimes you get into a dead park. So I will credit the server speed was way faster. But as far as gameplay, man, it was horrible, man. I was so disappointed from playing a phenomenal game in 2K17 to playing that. I think that was the pinnacle of my hype in 2K because 17 was so fun, and then 18 was just the downfall of everything. I think I only spent 3 or 4 days total on that game, but 2K17, I spent well over 77 days on that game. So it's just man, that game just flopped for me.
Yeah, I saw the Paul George loading screen from a lot of TikToks, how bad that was in 17. It's an iconically bad thing. I was going to go with one game, but one is actually more recent on mine. So I think Battlefield 2042 is the most disappointing game I've ever played in my life. So I was going to say 5, but here's the difference. When Battlefield 1 is probably still my favorite FPS I've ever played. I love that game. I was a god that game. I made so many good memories on that game, playing squads and doing these stupid clan battles with these weird 30-year-olds. It was so fun. But 5, I was hyped for, but 5 didn't deliver. I liked a lot of the gameplay aspects at launch, but the game had no content. And then they added a bunch of crap that didn't need to be added. We really didn't get any solidified content until a year later. And by then, everyone hated the game. So they switched it back to original Battlefield, because it used to be you wouldn't have any ammo or resources in Battlefield 5, which I kind of thought was different. But then they just gave everyone it back, so the game had nothing unique about it. But I'm going to say 2042 because 5 was... I hated 5, but honestly, 5 was just kind of a mediocre game. But I waited 3 years for 2042, and I thought for sure it was going to be good. I was like, there's no way it could be worse than 5. There's no way it could be worse than Hardline. And the marketing was such a tease. It was so good. The trailers, the way they hyped it up looked perfect. It looked like Battlefield 4, which I love Battlefield 4. But the game was just bad. The specialists are awful. There's not one good map in the game. The maps are clearly not tested. There's no destruction. The freaking 128 player combat's terrible because there's no cover. The vehicles are broken. Okay, there's no sense of squad play. You can't even talk in game chat. I don't think the scoreboard doesn't work half the time, and like Portal's just some half baked freaking like Gmod thing, and it's just trash. Like I've never like been so hyped for a game just to be let down. And like I only have like 20 hours in that game. And the other day I was trying to play it because I heard it was an update. I got so mad I uninstalled it. It's the worst Battlefield
Gosh.
ever. I think it's the worst Battlefield I've ever played. It's the most disappointing game I've ever played, and I hate Battlefield now because I waited 3 years for that game to come out, and it was trash. It wasn't like Halo Infinite where it was just okay. It was trash. I'm never playing that game until they freaking fix it. So I think Battlefield
Dude,
2042 is the worst Battlefield.
I remember how hyped you were for that game when it came out. Didn't
Mhm.
you like you made like a YouTube video about it, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm like you're like trying
yeah,
to
I
like
did.
explain like how it would be cool if they like added a battle royale into it.
Yeah,
And it
because
just like
I mean, it
completely
wouldn't be that
flopped.
hard, but they did some crappy like Tarkov knockoff. I think it was called Hazard Zone. No one played that after a week, and they don't even update anymore. They literally said they're not working on it anymore because no one plays it. It's the worst mode
Oh
Battlefield's
my
added.
gosh.
So it's a terrible game. I mean, and this is what makes me mad about Battlefield. Battlefield has had so many opportunities to freaking like take over, but it just hasn't.
Yeah. Um Kind of just switching topics off of this for a quick second. I was kind of curious, like a lot of the good music that we've heard over the past 2 years. What are your top 3 albums this decade so far?
So it took me a little bit to think about it, but I think my top 3, if I were going to rank them, would probably go Donda, Legends Never Die from Juice WRLD, and Smile from Katy Perry. Donda's my favorite. It's a little bloated, but I enjoy a lot of the songs on there. I think the beginning and the ending are really strong. It's just the middle is kind of icky. Legends Never Die is a really good send-off album for Juice WRLD. I didn't really like the last album as much because I feel like there's just a lot of filler songs that like just didn't feel complete. And Smile for me like was kind of a nice return to form. Kind of gave me more Prism vibes from 2013. Not saying it was as good or on the level of Teenage Dream or Prism, but Smile was a good, like it felt like the Katy Perry from like the 2010s, early 2010s. Not saying I hate Witness like everyone else did, but it was a nice return to form. So I think that Smile was good. Definitely not like a top. It's definitely not a top 3 Katy Perry album, but I definitely like it. So it's good. Well, yeah, I like it.
Solid list.
So speaking on songs, what are the top 3 songs you have played currently or right now?
Yeah, so I kind of had to like flip through these a couple times. So number 3 is Purple Hearts by Kendrick Lamar on his new album.
Okay.
Really love that song. Number 2 actually had a switch. So number 2 is for me right now Stardust Chords by Greta Van Fleet. And it's number 2 just because the number 1 song I kind of listen to every day was Stardust Chords. I listen to it like 5 times a week. Usually when I go on a run, I start my run to that song and I usually end it on that song too. It's just one of the best songs on that album. And then number 1 is Wait for You by Future because I literally brush my teeth to that song every freaking morning. It's like perfect, the time's
That's
right
a good
there.
song.
It's good. It's good time to brush my teeth and throw some mouthwash in, and then by the time I hear puffing on Zooties, I can floss. So it's a great little combo you have there. But what are
Yeah.
yours?
I think for me it was like True Love from Kanye. Now I will say like I was pretty hyped for this song because I heard like the half-fast version on Donda 2 from the stem player from a friend, and I liked it. But like I don't really like. I feel like the song could have been a lot better. I still like it. I like Kanye's verse. It's nice hearing X, even if it's kind of like more of a sample. But I like that song a lot. I also like Post Malone off the new album Reputation. It's very soulful. piece from Post to start the album off. I think it's the best song on the album, in my opinion. Have a lot of emotion in there. And I just saw Top Gun the other day, and Gaga had a song called "Hold My Hand." I thought that was pretty good. I would say it's like an amazing song, but like for the end of the movie, it was solid. So
What's
yeah, it was
it's Top
good.
Gun, that like new movie with the
Tom Cruise.
yeah.
Yeah, it was that one. Yeah, it was a
Good
sequel
man.
to the '86 one, but yeah, it was. I never watched the original Top Gun, but it was really good. They actually flew in real jets. I didn't even know that, so I thought it was really good. It's a good film. So I'd say that was a really good one. I would highly recommend that movie to anybody. Speaking of something I recommend, so far in your life, what do you think? Um, what's the best year of your life so far? Like, what's your favorite year?
Super tough, super tough. So I was actually gonna say 2019, because how
Okay.
thankful I was that COVID didn't happen to
Yeah.
me, during like my senior year of high school. But I gotta go with 2016, man. 2016, absolute classic. I don't care what anyone says. Clears 2017, clears 2015, 2016. The music that time of the year was crazy. The news that was going on in the world politically was hilarious. The memes, everything about life was just going so well at that point in time. I was probably the happiest in my life I've ever been. uh, just so much different things, different events, going on family trips and stuff like that. Like times like those, like I miss so much, And then you're still kind of like, I was 16, so I was still kind of like in that like kid teen phase, right? So like I'm not really an adult, so I can kind of like not worry and stress about stuff that I have to now. So like I kind of take those things into account, and it was just an overall like phenomenal year for me. So, kind of want to hear what you got to say. What are you going to pull out of 2017? Like, what's
Yeah.
cool? 2017, of course. Let's hear it.
So 2017. Here's the thing. I wasn't a fan of like a lot of stuff that made 2016 great, like sports. So like I didn't watch the finals and stuff, but I did like 2016. Probably my second favorite year. I loved that was the year Battlefield came out. The election was insane. All these disasters were happening. The memes were great, but 2017 has one thing 2016 doesn't have: Prime Fortnite. And Prime Fortnite was fantastic. I love Fortnite. Now, I didn't like get on the bandwagon. Remember, I played like a month after y'all because I was hyping PUBG and PUBG sucked and I hated it. So I started playing Fortnite. I love Fortnite. But for me, 2017, like, I don't know, that was the year I went to Costa Rica. That's the year I was in high school for a semester. That was really fun. I loved the music that year. A lot of the music gives me a lot of nostalgia, you know. That's when Battlefield 1 was at its like peak. The DLC was great. Titanfall 2 was great. There's just a lot of games, like a lot of great games came out in 2016, but the games that I loved really like kind of blossomed in 2017. And then Fortnite came out. I think Fortnite's still, I love one, but as like in terms of like the best game to play with friends, Fortnite's still the best game. And I think it was the most fun in 2017, arguably 2018 early, but I just love 2017 because I think it had a lot of great music. I think was that also the year that the Falcons choked? I mean, that was a good Super Bowl. No one ever talks about
Yeah,
that.
look,
That
going back to that Fortnite thing, dude, I still can't. I literally would like try to get you on that game all the time, dude.
yeah,
You were not having it, bro. You were not having it. You're like, well, you're playing some game called like Shadow of Mordor or something.
yeah. Shadow of War.
You
That
would
game was
not
good.
get on, bro. You're like, nah, PUBG's gonna be better. Dude, I thought PUBG was gonna be better too, but dude, I was still on Fortnite, dude. That game was so fun when it came out.
I don't know. I saw it look like I think I said it looked like Jimmy Neutron or something, so I just discounted
I
it.
remember.
But and like I got mad because the first game I still remember the first game. It was like I remember the first time I played it. I was in solos. I dropped Pleasant Park on like that little freaking what is it like that little that brown building to the top to the right bottom right of it, and I got killed. I was like, this game sucks, and I stopped playing it. I played like a week later, and I loved it because it was fun. But no, yeah, like I don't know, man. Like Fortnite was great. Like that's still probably like the best. Like, and that game still has good events going on. 5 years later, Fortnite's still probably like one of the top games in my rotation. So I don't know. That's one thing 2017 has. I think is just like games. I mean, Battlefront was kind of
Yeah,
trash
but
at launch.
that's the reason why like I kind of like 2016 had 2K17, so that like as I said, that was the game like I completely
Oh,
forgot. You know what I mean? So
But that was good timing though, because 2K18 came out and sucked, and then you just played Fortnite. Because I
yeah,
remember,
that is true. That's why like I didn't spend a lot of time on that game. Yeah, that is the big reason.
like you played 2K18 like 2 times, and then you're like, this game
Yeah,
sucks.
it was so bad.
Yeah, no one played that game after like a month. I was like, no one was on that game. It's like that's crazy, man. I know it was like hyping
No,
it
but that's
from,
crazy because, dude, I don't know if you remember, but like whenever we first talked, it was in an Xbox party, and I was
yeah.
playing 2K18. I was playing Wreck with randoms. I don't know. I think you were playing like Battlefield 1, but yeah, that was like our
Probably.
first like time talking in a party chat. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was 2017. I love 2017. It was just a fun year. Nothing really bad to say about 2017. I do love 2016 though. I just think I like the Fortnite aspect of it. I think that makes me like it a little more. Speaking of like years, what do you see yourself, or where do you see yourself in like 6 years from now?
That's pretty scary thought to think of right now, but so 6 years from now, such a weird number to pick, but I'll be I'll
I
be
thought 10 years
20.
is like we'll be like 30, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be 28 in 6 years. So I see myself as a successful businessman in the state of Oklahoma, making a great salary and supporting a great, wonderful woman in my life.
Okay.
I was gonna slip up and
You're gonna
say
say family.
family. I was gonna say family. I was like, no, I don't want kids.
Eh,
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know it's such a vague answer, but I don't know. I'm kind of like one of those people that kind of like take it day by day type of thing. You know, I don't like thinking about the future too much because that can get like really scary type of thing, especially like the older we get, because we just feel like we're wasting time. But you know, I'm gonna manifest a successful life and become a you know brilliant businessman. God forbid anything horrible happens to me.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm hoping to still live in Oklahoma. What about yourself?
I'd hope that like I graduate from college with like a degree. I don't and maybe chemistry. I think I would like as I've gone through the first few semesters of college. I don't know if I'd want to be like work in medicine so much. I'm kind of like iffy on that. But I think right now I'm feeling like I would want to like get a degree in chemistry, maybe like work in like work with chemicals and like I don't know, do that sort of thing. And then I'm hoping that maybe I can move out of Oklahoma, maybe go to like bigger city, like and live on the East Coast probably. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Depends on how things go though. Maybe move with my sister to New York, or maybe go to like DC, or I don't know, Boston, something like that. I want to live on the East Coast. I mean, I'm not really a fan of the Celtics, but like I would like to live on maybe like the East Coast. That's where I'd like to live, or in the upper Midwest, like maybe like Green Bay or Chicago. So that's kind of what where I'm at right now.
How old will you be in 6 years?
I'll be like 26.
26.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, that's hard. I feel like by then I would have graduated college, unless I go for like an 8-year degree. Then maybe I'll still be in college. But like by then I should have like a bachelor's at least. So unless
Yeah.
God forbid I just like drop out, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean,
Oh
at this
yeah,
point,
don't miss me with that negative energy, man. We're too deep
no.
in. Too
Yeah,
deep
too
in.
deep. Yeah, no, it's like you can't stop at this point. So yeah, no, we're not. We're planning moving upper Midwest or East Coast if we get a successful career. So that's where I'm at right now. Speaking of that, like where you be in 6 years, where would you love to live, perhaps in the future?
Yeah, so growing up, I was like any other person that lives in this great state of Oklahoma. I just always wanted to leave this state once I turned 18, but I've grown to love this state like year by year, and I don't want to leave this state. Now that I think about it, I want to live in this state for a long time. But maybe move out of Tahlequah at some point for sure. I think I'd be fine with living in Tahlequah for another decade or so. But further down the line, I think I would, for like I guess personal reasons, want to live in Norman. And who knows? Maybe I'd end up going back to college and pick up a second degree or something like that, or pick up a master's at OU. Because it was always my dream to go to that university. It's just really expensive. So, I'd love to live in the Norman area because it's, really close to Oklahoma City. It's a short drive to Tulsa. It's only a 2.5 hour drive to Tahlequah. So I want to see family and friends, take a day trip out type of thing. But if I
Yeah.
did I guess go back to my younger years, like when I was like in high school when I wanted to leave this state, I'd probably say like Dallas. My uncle lives there, and I visit him all the time, and it's a beautiful city. I love it down there. And probably on the East Coast as well. I've seen a lot of New Jersey. Super beautiful place. It's a super small state, but there's a lot of people that live there, and it's like it's by a lot of things, right? You can make a short drive to New York. You can go to Boston, like you said. You can take a short flight down to the DMV area. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think New Jersey's a really nice spot. I'd like to live.
Yeah. I moved around a lot when I was younger, but I think I'm more of a northern person. I do like Oklahoma a lot more than the state like Kansas. I'm not really a Kansas guy. I don't like the flat land, all the grass. That's just not my thing. But like, I think for me, it's like my favorite states I've lived in so far was like Illinois and Montana. I like cold kind of places. Now, if I was going to say like where I'd want to live in retirement, I'd probably say Montana because it's quiet. Nothing bad's going to happen in Montana. But in terms of like where I'd want to like live for like a while, probably like maybe I don't know Chicago, maybe like I don't know about the DMV, but close to DMV, or maybe perhaps like New York, maybe like upstate New York. That'd be a calm place to go. Somewhere with snow, mountains. I like that. I like skiing. It's the kind of thing I like to do. So yeah, probably somewhere like that. I like cold environments, mountains, Christmas looking environments. A lot of I love like when it's like January, December, and you see like the Green Bay Packers and like you know the I don't know Wisconsin. There's like all the snow and ice. I love that kind of stuff. So that's
So
probably where I'd want to be. What?
when you think of stuff like that, does it where you would like to live? Does your family and friends ever does that ever go in to your thoughts at all or no?
I mean, a little bit. Reason I want to live on the East Coast is because, well, my family's from New York, but we moved around. So, like, I feel like what I would want is like my sister lives in Brooklyn, so if I live somewhere close to her, that'd be nice. I do take into account a little bit my family and friends, but like I feel like our family is in a situation like I don't think it'd be much of like an issue moving. It's just the only thing it'd be like is the house, but I don't know. I think I'd just want to be in a situation like as long as I'm with like one family member that's relatively in proximity, I feel fine. Like if I lived in like upstate New York or Boston, I could take the drive over to like New York City and see my sister. So I don't really see as much of a problem, which is why I would prefer to live on the East Coast than the West Coast.
Yeah.
Now San Francisco, LA is beautiful, obviously. There's a lot of stuff you can do there. But there's like I don't have any family I'm really in LA or in California in general. And I guess Montana, that's not really West Coast. That's just like up in the northwest. But I do love Montana. That's like the one Western state I love. But I don't know. Like I just like the north area, maybe northeast, northwest, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of where I'd want to be at. But I would have taken that into account though. Probably like try to like live with my sister or live near my sister. So I have someone in touch with. So what are some other topic? What are some odd traits you find attractive in a girl?
Um. Oh, dude, the first one is definitely competitiveness. Like I love competitive girls. That's like +10 to them immediately. If I ever am just hanging out with a girl and I say I'm gonna go play basketball, I want that girl to say, "Let's go 1v1." Right? I know I'm gonna beat them. I know I'm gonna win 21-0, but I like that, right? And if they ever beat me, nah, then they're never gonna beat me. But I just like that competitive drive of trying to challenge, right? And
Yeah.
not be scared to go for a challenge type of thing. It doesn't have to be basketball. It could be anything, right? It could be like I don't know, anything you can think of. It can't. It's not just a sports related type of thing where I competitive. It could be like playing a game or something, whether it's on a phone or an Xbox, right? Oh, I bet I can beat you, Alex. All right, let's do it. Let's see what's up, right? The
Yeah.
next one is dimples. Now that might not be weird to some people, but me, I have chubby cheeks, right? So I kind of grew up getting picked on and bullied for my dimples, right? So now I'm kind of in the mindset of dude, girls who have dimples, that's cute and that's hot to me because I used to get picked on for that. And if I see that they have them, I kind of think, oh, they're like me. I have them, right? So that's that's really attractive to me. But what are yours?
Probably like This is a weird. I like girls that dress like shit. I don't always like. I mean, I get kind of bored of seeing like everyone dressed like nice in the same way because it's like it just gets kind of
Elaborate. By
like I like it when they wear like baggy pants or like tank tops or sweatshirts. I kind of like that. Or like they just like don't always have the nicest hair because like I mean that shows that like I mean, I don't know. I just get kind of annoyed, like, because I feel like when they all dress nice, they just look all general. But like when one doesn't dress like, prepare themselves all that much, they come off more natural to me. So I find them more relatable, easier to talk to, instead of like just look like some freaking, I don't know, Barbie. So, that's how I feel about it. I also like women that are terrible dancers and terrible singers. Like, I mean, I like when women are willing to have fun, but they're not great at it. They may not be like great at like certain things, but they're willing to go there, and
but they
that's
have that
fun.
confidence. I can
Yeah,
respect that. Yeah.
yeah. So that's like some things I like. Just it doesn't matter like so much how they look. It's just like that, like how they come across more so to me is like that's something traits I find attractive in them. Um, Another thing I want to talk about is like what do you think you would say, or like, what's the thing to say when a girl says or asks, "Do I look fat?"
Oh my gosh. Uh, okay, you can't call a girl fat, man. So if a girl's like ask you if she looks fat,
Nah,
but you can't lie to a girl either. You know what I mean? So it's just like one of those like,
I mean, if your friend was fat, would you say they're fat?
and she's a girl,
I mean, like, yeah, like, what if she's like your best friend? And she says, "Do like, am I fat?" Because I feel like as a friend, you kind of have to like call them out, But it's also like, I
and you
don't
said
know.
she is fat, right? Like that was the scenario you said. If
Yeah,
she's fat and she's my best friend, and she asks me if she's fat, do I tell her if she's fat?
I probably would, just because like I
I'd
feel like as a friend, you
probably,
kind of.
I'd probably, dude, I don't know honestly.
I mean, I don't want to
I
kill their
don't think I could like,
confidence.
I don't think I could build up the courage to like say like, hey, you're fat. I feel like if I did, I'd probably say like, like sugarcoat it in like such a nice way to say like, uh,
You're overweight.
like, do you do you want to maybe like start going to the gym with me type of thing? You know what I mean? Like I could never see myself just like telling a girl she's fat. It doesn't even matter if she's like 300 pounds or 500. But I just feel like that's like so rude. But I don't. How do you think? How do you feel about that? Like if
I
a 300
mean,
pound girl like came up to you and said, "Hey Gunnar, do you think I'm fat?"
well, I mean, it like it. I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I feel like I'm not gonna like be an asshole about it. But it's like, yeah, you're a little overweight. I think you need to like focus on that. I mean, because like if you lie, you're just like insinuating
Okay,
bad
but what
behavior.
if you like don't lie, but like you're just like avoiding the question type of thing? Like
Mm.
this is like here that like if a girl asks me if she's fat and she is, but I don't want to say it, like I just say like, do you just want to start going to the gym with me?
Well, no, I think I'm
That's not
like,
saying she's fat, but that's not like answering the question either.
here's what I do. I just be like, no, you're not fat, but I'm like really like, like
So you lied to her. But
yeah, but
you
no, but
can't
like
lie
it's
to
all,
her.
but no, like, but it's obvious I'm lying though. Like I'm like, no, you're
Oh,
not
like you get the
fat.
smirk on your face type of
No, you're
thing.
not fat. That's kind of how I am. Like, and
That's
then
so messed up,
that's
bro.
not, but because
That's
it's
so
funny.
messed
But like, look, you could take it as a joke, or you could also take it as like motivation. It depends on how you take it, right? Because the way I say it, I make it funny. Because like sometimes like what? No, you're not fat. And like, shut up. And like, that's there. Like they could take it like, hey, I'm not fat, or like, yeah, I'm really fat, but he's just like trying not to hurt me. It's like it's up to interpretation. So if I guess the way I would put it is like I leave up to interpretation the way I answer that question. I'm just kind of like, no, you're not fat. Well, I mean, people have different measurements. Like,
up.
I'm not gonna like. I
Okay,
mean,
okay, but for real though, like, what if it's like a situation though where she's not fat? She's just like constantly like asking you type of thing. Like she's not
I just feel
fat.
like, bro, you're not fat. Like, cause I've had people so like, again, am I fat? I'm like, no, stop. You're not fat. I've seen fat people. You're not fat. Like you go on TLC. Those people are fat. They're like 500 pounds. Those twins could be like a dump truck. Okay, like
Bro,
go
chill,
watch TLC, dude. You ever watch a freaking
bro.
500-pound twin sisters? Like they're fat, dude. Like just As long as you're not like 600-pound life, you're good, bro. Just like chill out. Like, come on now.
Why do
Yeah.
why do girls self-deprecate if they're not like fat though?
I think that maybe they're like searching for confidence or they're
But
insecure
why? Why do they want the validation all the time?
because they feel
Because that yeah
insecure.
that does happen. Like girls always, am I fat? But they're not even. It's like, dude, what? No.
They just want they're insecure about it for some weird reason. They'll be like 100 pounds and they're
Dude,
insecure. I
no,
don't
it's
know.
scary though, because like I knew this girl who was like she was super insecure about her weight. She was like anorexic, bro. Like I
Oh
don't know if
yeah,
it's a trigger warning, but I'm sorry if that is a trigger
trigger
warning. But
warning.
yeah, like
I'm
it's like
triggered.
one of those things. Like, dude, I don't. Some girls like I don't know. They see
Yeah,
themselves differently from their point of view, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, like some people think it's like some people think like Jennifer Lopez is fat, and then it's like I don't fucking get
What?
it. But like I mean, like like people have different standards for fat. So maybe that's
No,
what it is.
yeah, that's actually true. I saw this
Because
interview.
people
Like,
like I hear like people say like Kim Kardashian's fat because she has like a fat ass, basically, right? So it's like, I mean, like it's some people some people think that's like she's fat. They're like, oh, Kim Kardashian, she's freaking fat. I'm like, I mean, not the fat I'm thinking of, but I guess I could see how you think she's fat, right? I mean, Kanye doesn't think that, but that's just like. Because I mean, you know what I mean? Like people have different like standards. I feel like people from the '50s think Kim Kardashian's fat, but
no,
the
dude,
average
not even
person,
just the 50s. People in like I said, I saw this interview, and it was in China, right? And this girl was asking, like, she was like showing a picture of like an American, like a
yeah,
typical American girl that looks thick, right? Showing
yeah,
them that just normal people in Beijing, and a lot of these people were saying they look fat, but they said
yeah,
that they like that because they like Westerners look confident and they like that. They said like they're in China, like the typical body's like real petite, and like that's how like most Chinese people like it. But they
yeah.
said like most Westerns have like a really like fat body. I'm like, dude, like when I saw the pictures, like the girl wasn't even fat though. I'm like, huh? Like these people think they're fat. So I don't know.
Also, like I brought up Kim Kardashian because she was talking about criticism at the Met Gala because I guess she had to like lose weight to put on a certain dress that was really tight, and she said I didn't do anything unhealthy. So yeah, some people think Kim Kardashian's fat. Like just the other day, she got criticism at the Met Gala for trying to fit into a dress. So like I don't like people just have really different
Yeah,
standards.
that's crazy.
And it's at the Met Gala, So like, I don't know, man. Standards just different for that, I guess. I mean, I don't see Kim Kardashian as fat. Maybe like if I was like very old school, maybe, but even now, no, I don't think I would see her as fat. I guess it's just a different kind of point of view. Um, Speaking on that, um, do you think it's okay to kiss on the first date?
Um, yes, I think it's okay. Like, I'm not saying like go for it all the time or like on first dates, but like I'm not saying like it's like an absolute no go like to anyone. Like
Yeah,
I'm not saying I would do it on a first date. It's a very
next I wouldn't.
situational type of thing, but uh, I think it's okay if someone has did it or does it or is going to do it. But like I said, it's very situational. And the one thing I guess I would add to that is don't use tongue. Do not use tongue on the first date.
Yeah,
That's an absolute no go, red zone,
that's a
danger zone. Do
little.
not do that. But as
It's like
far
the
as just like
iceberg.
you know a quick kiss on the lips after a date, I don't see a huge issue with that. No, like I said, I probably wouldn't advocate doing that on the first date, but this it's no like, oh my god, like he's done for, it's over. No, no, I don't see a big issue like that.
I mean, I wouldn't do it either, but like I'm not against the idea of someone else doing it. So I mean, I don't think it's bad either, but I just think it's like just you gotta have to like know the boundaries or like know how it's going, because it's like it's kind of like
Yeah,
more about gauging the situation more so than like is it okay, I mean, you just kind of know when you know. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think it's bad. It's just like, but you gotta know like you gotta read the room sometimes. So
Absolutely.
the other topic, would you be mad if your girl never posted your face on Instagram but demanded you to post them on yours?
Uh, you see, I probably wouldn't be mad. I'd probably be a little confused
Yeah.
because I think we've kind of like touched on this a little bit before, but I'm like kind of like on that mindset of I'm just gonna post what I want to post, type of thing. If I don't want to post, if I'm in a relationship and I don't want to post my significant other, then I'm not gonna post them. It's not like trying to hide them, type of thing, right? I don't understand why some people need the validation of their boyfriends
Yeah.
friends. You know what I mean? Like some of that doesn't make sense to me. Like why do I need to like show like my followers, aka my friends and family, just a bunch of pictures of us? Like it's my Instagram. They post what I want. But like if they start demanding me to post them and they're not posting me, I wouldn't say I'd be mad. I'd just be like straight up confused. Like that just makes no sense. Like you're not gonna post me, but you want me to post you. And that's a little contradicting. It's a little
Yeah.
toxic. It's a little weird to me. Like I don't I, I don't want to say I want to break up with the girl, but I definitely
Yeah, I wouldn't
yeah,
get it.
I'd be on high alert at that point. But like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Post
Like,
you, but
it's
you're not
kinda
gonna
like,
post me, type of thing. Like I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't be jealous. I'm just, are they trying to like are they like want to clout chase? Like, why? Yeah, I wouldn't get. I don't think I would. I think I would understand because like, why do I have to? First, of all, I don't even really care about the situation, but like why do you want me to post you? Is because like you're trying to get clout or like you're trying to like look good on my Instagram but not yours? Like I mean, it just doesn't add up. I mean, yeah, I would be pissed off. I just wouldn't understand why. I just need to understand the mental process because when you if you're in that mindset, when you want to post me and I post you, not just like I just post you on my shit, because that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, unless like I'm like, I have a million followers and maybe, but even then, like you'd want to post me on yours. So I don't get it.
To
That doesn't make sense.
to add another element to this, how would you feel if like your girl posted a picture of you and her, but she put like an emoji like to completely cover your face and no one like no one could tell who it is? How
I
would
feel
you
like
feel
that,
about that? And she didn't
like
tag you.
she just put emoji over my face. I
Like
feel like
yeah,
that.
like completely covered you up and like no one can even tell who
I
it
feel like
is.
she's
And
just trying to hide me. That's just kind of weird. Like she's just trying to like put me like on the back burner. Like I don't. That's
but she's also trying to like give you that validation of like, oh look, I'm not hiding you. But she
Oh,
really
okay.
is.
So maybe it's like they want me. I think that if that's the case, I think the reason they'd want you to post her and she not post you is because they don't. Maybe you're just like a side hoe to her, but she doesn't want to look like you're significant on her profile. So by you posting her on your profile, it looks like she's a significant part of your life, but a significant part of your life, but not vice versa. So then if like she's maybe like has some other sneaky links, she could just be like, oh well, he's just some guy, right? I mean that's the only situation I think that makes sense. Like in that situation, like you're trying to hide the person, but make it seem like the guy's not significant to you, but not vice versa. So I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. It's kind of toxic and weird, but that would kind of make sense for the other question. But yeah, no, I think if they're trying to hide you on their social media, that's kind of strange. Like, why are they hiding you? First of all, why are they even posting you? Just like don't even post it. Why would you put an emoji? Are they trying to like create hysteria or confusion? Like that's the kind of crap Kanye would do. Like that's just weird, man. Like don't do that. Like we're not celebrities. Stop. Like that's like the kind of stuff you said to TMZ, dude. Like just I don't know. That's just weird, man. I don't know what I'd do with that. Another weird topic I think is like, do you think when you break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, should you delete all your pictures with them on the social media?
you know,
I mean, I don't
honestly,
think all of them, but some of them.
I was gonna say yes and no because listen, dude, if I look good in the picture, if I look fine in the picture, I'm keeping that up, right? I
I
don't
agree.
care. I don't
I
care
agree.
who is with me. I don't care if this girl like cheated on me. I don't care if this girl broke up with me after a day. If I look fire in that
Yeah, you
pic,
can you
I'm
can remove the
keeping that
tags, but
picture
I'm keeping
up,
it.
man. Now if it's now if it's like one of those weird things where your social media is just like a bunch of like your ex-girlfriend's like selfies and something. No, you delete those
Also, if it's like
immediately.
anniversary post, it's like, oh yeah, happy two
Yeah,
year. You gotta get rid
get
of that.
get rid of
'Cause
that
now
stuff.
it's over.
Now it's pictures you look good in, and it's just like or it's like a picture, right? And you're at like Disney World or something like that, and it's a
Yeah,
super good picture, or it's a family picture and she's like happened to be in it with you, type of thing, or a
yeah.
group picture and she's just happened to be there with you. keep it because I kind of made the rookie mistake in all my relationships of just deleting everything. And I sometimes wish, like, dang, I wish I still had that picture because, man, I look really good. But I don't, So it's like one of those things that I had to take the L on it. But I
Yeah.
just kind of think like that.
I mean, I agree. I mean, like, especially if it's like, look, if it's like prom or graduation, why would you delete it? I mean, it's just kind of an event. It doesn't matter what happens after.
Yeah, I took a big L there. Yeah, I took a big L.
Like, you can remove the tags you want, but I still look good in this picture. I'm keeping it in my vault. I'm gonna put it on a wall, but
Yeah.
I might crop. No, I'm not gonna do that. But like, you know what I mean? Like, look, like, no, okay, like. There's certain things you can delete, right? But also other things like you should keep. I don't think it's bad to delete everything, but like this is also why like I think you should never like make your social media centered around a significant other. Because if you ever break up, you know how much shit you gotta delete.
You know
You
how
have to freaking
painful
change your
that is,
bio.
Gunnar? You know
Yeah,
how
look,
painful
you
it
gotta
is to
see
just
all the
go through all those memories and just get
yeah.
rid of everything. It
Yeah,
sucks. It sucks.
yeah, and then you're like, oh, there's all the posts that I liked. Well, they're gone now.
Yeah.
It's like putting a bunch of pictures in a fire. That's what it feels like. So like that's why, I feel like it's never a good idea to center your social media around a significant other. They can be a part of it, but you shouldn't be doing that like bullshit where you at them. That just kind of cringe. Like in my opinion, I've never been in a relationship, but like, why do you have to put like, oh, my BB at like no, like you don't have
Okay,
to do that.
chill.
I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Like, y'all ain't gonna last that long. Like, you're not even married. Chill out. Anyways, like, so, like, yeah, like, that's my opinion. I think just be mindful on it. I mean, you can delete some things, but not all of it, right? Because that's just like, well, why are you deleting our prom pics? That's just wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's one way to look at it. On another topic involving social media, do you think it's a red flag if a girl tells you to put her Instagram in your bio? Like she's like, "Oh, I need you to put my @ in your bio."
100%. 100%. I am on high alert. Any of my future girlfriends tell me any of that crap. No.
Yeah, I'm on lockdown.
You're not. You're not. I'm on COVID lockdown. You're not telling me.
That's all right. Yeah, right.
Can't do with my social media. It's my social media, right? We don't have no joint social media. Like, dude, like I have friends' parents who have like joint social medias. Like they have like a Facebook, and it's like both of them. Like it's the mom and dad. I'm like, dude, what? Screw that crap. That's like no, I'm good. Like you break it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who even like controls that if they divorce or break up? I'm like, what?
Probably like our YouTube channel.
So I'm just like, dude, no. If that ever happens with a girl, like I'm on high alert. I'm asking her a million questions, like why? Why do you need me to put your social media app in my bio? That makes no sense. It's like it's social media. It's not a dating. These aren't dating apps. This isn't Tinder.
This isn't Tinder.
It's not Bumble. Why don't you put your app?
It's not Grindr. We don't do that.
People aren't just looking at my social media like, oh my god, is Alex single? Oh, I gotta slide in his DM. Like, come on, be real. No one's looking at my bio saying that. Like, let's be real. Like,
yeah, like, dude, not even Tom Brady does that. Come on now. He's married to like a supermodel. Watch, maybe he does. I don't think he does.
Just don't be weird and insecure about it. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to throw like my social media in your bio, I don't see a problem with that. But don't be demanding things like, hey, we need to talk, Alex. Yeah, so you need to put my name or my bio at least in your Instagram user or in your Instagram bio, or we're gonna have issues. I'm like,
also your password.
No, broken up.
Yeah,
I don't care.
it's over.
Again.
No, yeah, that's a red flag. Like, why do you need my password, first of all? And I should give it to anyone. I want to give it to my mom or my pet dog. Okay, I'm not giving my freaking people passwords, or I'm sorry, like that's just weird. But yes, moving on that topic. Yeah, it's definitely a red flag. Cause like, why they like want to be so part of your bio? Like, I don't want you to like control the crap I post. If I want to post some cringe shit, let me post cringe shit. I don't want to freaking like be controlled by your freaking like eye of God or something. Look over my freaking every move. Like, oh, I don't want you posting that. I need you to post this way. I need you to post that selfie of me. Like, just stop. Dude, Tom Brady's married to like a freaking $1 million model. He doesn't even have her in the bio because they're not toxic. Okay. Like, do you think he has Giselle in his bio? No, because it's not a toxic relationship. Dead ass.
It's
Neither
just
does
one of
she.
those. I would have been clear. I'm not calling out any of my friends who do that. I'm not calling anyone out who does that. I'm just saying, like, from personal standpoint, I just will. I would think it's a little bit of a red flag, personally.
I agree. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's just like you both are mutually like, hey, yeah, let's just be that. But no, like I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not
because
trying
I'm
to do
sure you
that.
have friends who do that too. I have tons of friends whose bios are
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
right? I'm not judging them. I'm just saying, personally,
I'm not
I wouldn't do it.
saying like I'm not going to judge you. Because maybe you have your little your quirks, but nah, dude. I'm just trying to like not do that because no, I'm just not feeling it. That just seems kind of sus. That's my opinion, though. Another thing that's sus. Do you think a snap score over 1 mil is a red flag?
Listen, I've been over this before. She had her Snapchat since 2013.
Right.
Then no, I don't think it's a red flag, dude. It's almost 10 years, bro. That's because that's when I got Snapchat, right? Now, granted, I don't have that same account anymore. Right, bit of an issue on that one, but
Mm-hmm.
if she had that account since 2013, no, not an issue at all. Now, if she got that account like post 2018, that's a bit of a problem. A million snap score, that's at least 500,000 snaps sent in just a short period of time. I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't like to judge people, but geez, man. I don't even think I've scratched the surface of 500,000. My first Snapchat, I think my snap score was like 70,000, and then my second one was like 25,000, and this one right now, I think I'm like at. I think I recently just hit like 60 something thousand, and I've had this one since my senior year of high school. So that's like almost that's 4 years I've had the Snapchat account, and I'm only at 60,000. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if you have a million, I get it. A lot of people have a lot of friends, right? But like, dude, a million, dude, no.
Yeah.
If it's post 2018, like I think that's fair to say it's a red flag.
I think honestly, like I would say post 2016, because like, dude, like 1 mil snaps a lot of snaps. You gotta think like on average, that's like okay. I don't know. I can't do the math, but that's gonna be like what, like 5. That's a lot of snaps. Let's just say that like there's some days we send like 50 snaps, bro. Like that's too much. And like, why do you have so many snaps? You got like an OnlyFans or something, dude? Like that's just like a lot. Okay, I should have said that.
Oh,
Look, okay, that's too. Okay, look. I'm not saying that. Look, the point is like that's just a lot, dude. I'm just curious. Like, how do you like, bro? How do you have that many snaps? I can't do that. Now, granted, I'm
no,
not like.
yeah, dude. I actually had a friend my freshman year. I was in health class and I saw him doing. I was like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm doing streaks. And I was like, dude, what? No way you're doing streaks in
Nah, dude,
college.
streaks are not the.
Dude, and his snap score, I'm not even joking, was like 900,000, and he was just like sending like a blank picture to like hundreds of people on his Snapchat.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
just a
dude.
black square like Donda or something. Like, well, why are
Yeah,
you
so
sending that, bro?
if you're doing that, like I don't think that's a red flag, but I do think that's weird. I don't think you should be doing that. I think streaks are cringe. I think that's like
I
a
agree.
middle school, early high school type of phase, and if you're still in
Yeah,
that, like it's very
nah,
weird.
bro. I'm not
But
into that. Like,
I
good
don't think
morning.
it's a red flag if you're just doing that. But if you're doing like strictly like just you have a million snaps and you're not doing streaks, dude, yeah, red flag, 100%. Sorry.
But even that, I think it is a red flag. Like, why are you still doing good night and good morning streaks? That shit's cringe. Like, really, like good morning streaks? Come on, bro. Like, we're not 14 anymore. Like, stop. And that look, if you have a public snap and you're like send out your OnlyFans trying to make money, that's good. But bro, like, come on now, what
You
mill
said,
snap?
you said
Look,
that's good.
I mean,
Stop.
because like you're making like you're probably doing something right, but dude, like dude, I don't care. Like 1 mil, 2 mil snap score. I saw some of the 2 mil snaps from like, what the hell? How do you have a 2 mil snap score? That's just my opinion, but
It
that's
doesn't
just.
Jordan have a 2 mil?
Yeah, that's okay. I don't want to like call. Yeah, like that, bro. That's like, how do you get that, man? I can't.
No. Oh my god! I just checked,
You're
bro.
like cracked if you're
Jordan
like.
has, dude. Jordan has a 3 million snap score.
Wait, what?
3 million. I'm not even joking.
Bro, I'm sorry. Like, if it's like a snap score for 1 mil, she's a thought. In my opinion, I'm just like okay, never mind. That's
Listen,
me. Look,
what's your snap score?
it's not good. It's like 20K. But listen,
What,
I
what
only streaked
how
for a
long
little bit.
how long have you had Snapchat though?
5 years.
Dang. Okay.
Actually, okay, no, 27K. That's not good though. I just was more like I'm just not really a snapper. I mean, I've done like a few streaks, but like I don't know, man. I don't really streak a lot, and then it's just like
Listen, man. If it's under 100K, valid. They're like 10 times hotter. I don't care.
no, that's my thing. It's like when it's like I don't mind if it's like 500K, but bro, if it's like at 1 mil, that's like I'm like no. First of all, it's like I feel like intimidated because I'm like now I got to go against like 50 other streakers. Like hell no, I'm not gonna win, bro. I don't have the I don't like because I'm not gonna be able to keep up, bro. I'm not gonna wake up like 8 a.m. streak you, bro. And if I'm late, I'm gonna get some like little like stiff selfie, and I'm like feel like shit. Like well, I just lost. I'm not trying to get into that. So let's just not like do that, okay? Like I don't like it when you're like when I used this in high school. I like when you're streaking. They seem like a confused face. Like I don't know what to think. Like is that just her streaking a bunch of people, or is that for me? I don't fucking know. How am I supposed to
No,
know,
yeah,
man?
she sent that to like 50 other people.
I know, yeah. And it's like
Keep your
it's
head up.
annoying. I'm like, how am I supposed to know like whose this is for, bro? Pisses me off. That's why I hate Snapchat streaks. I don't mind snapping, but I hate streaks because it's just like, well, what's the? It's just like it's a battle you can't win sometimes. So yeah. Anyways, on another topic, what's the scariest thing you've ever seen or experienced?
Dude, I'm just gonna say this one because I was talking about it earlier, but whenever I think I was 12, I was sharing a room with my brother, and we both had our own beds, obviously. So yeah, I was like 2012, 2013. So I was sleeping fine, right? This had never happened to me before. So I normally, just like a normal person would, I would sleep on my back because that's the most natural, comfortable way to sleep, right? Well, I freaking like woke up. I don't know what time it was because I don't. It was in the middle of the night. I know that, and it wasn't like pitch black in my room. There was like a dim light from like the hallway that was like seeping in our room by like a crack, right? So I could see a little bit around my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what had happened was I was in like sleep paralysis, but I didn't know. Like I thought I was like dreaming. And dude, oh my god, I was so scared, dude. Because I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but dude, I couldn't
Yeah.
move. Like I could not physically move at all. I tried to scream for my brother because he was like right next to me. He was sleeping on his bed, but I couldn't. Like I was just so helpless. Right? I was trying to move. I just felt like 1,000 pounds was on me. I could not move at all. I could move my eyeballs. I could look around the room, but it was just so scary because like I swear I'm not even joking. Like I saw like this goated demon head like walking in my room. I'm not even joking. It was the scariest thing ever,
Like a
bro.
hallucination? Or
Yes,
like
yeah, it was like I'm not even joking. It was like walking in my room and I was like scared, bro. Like close my eyes, right? And I'm not even like you could like hear the steps and I opened it and it was on top of me in my face and I was just like like trying to scream like I was so helpless I couldn't scream and then it got off me and started walking around and it walked out and dude I'm not joking I heard like a 3 pound click on a drum like
what the
and then
frick?
I could move and I literally I'm not even joking it's like that Kevin Durant like commercial dream when he's like when he like wakes up from that
Yeah.
nightmare and that was me and I was just like so completely freaked out I looked over I saw my brother he was just completely sound asleep the fan on and I was like just like freaking out and not knowing what to do so then I was like try to like just like clear my mind I just like went back on my side and I ended up falling back asleep. I told my mom about it, and then she said like it happens to my dad. Like my dad has it too. It happens to him all the time. And she told me it's like sleep paralysis. She said like when you sleep on your back, like that can happen. So I was like, dude, I'm never sleeping on my back again. And then it ended up happening again when I got my own room, like in 2017. But like
Oh.
ever since that 2017 experience, because that one wasn't as bad. Because like I just closed my eyes to try to ignore it until I can move again. But like after that, dude, like since that day, I've never like willingly slept on my back because like, dude, I don't know, man. It's super scary. Some people have had like, I guess like better experience is what I mean by that. It's like they don't have like the freaking goated demon thing that I saw. But yeah, that was by far one of the scariest experiences of my life.
I think it happened to me like 1 or 2 years ago. Like I think it was like I woke up and like I couldn't move any muscle, but like it was weird for me. It was like it took me like 5 minutes. I just sat there. I didn't scream, but I was like concerned. I was like, but slowly, like it's weird. Like I was able, I couldn't move my arms or legs, but then I was able to move my right arm, then my left arm. Then like it was like every part of my body just slowly came back, and it was so odd. Like it's like and for dude, it was. I remember like I was like my left arm was limp, but my right arm works. Like I was moving my left arm like work, and then it woke up. It was weird, dude. Like I had that happen. That didn't really scare me. Though. I was just confused, but I've had scary things happen to me, but it's more so like personal things are just kind of effed up. But the scariest thing I've ever seen was I think 2 movies really scared the crap out of me, or maybe 3. It was The Babadook, The Ring, and Conjuring 2 specifically. I remember I saw The Babadook back in like 2014. I couldn't sleep for like weeks because like I would see that creepy.
Dude, I watched that. That's a good movie.
It is good. Like I saw that creepy little black thing in my closet, like from the book, and I couldn't sleep. I was like, nah, dude. I slept with the lights on after I saw that movie for like 2 months, and then I saw the ring. And I had a scary experience from like, okay, so the Ring was actually worse. So this is some creepy. So in the movie, they say you die in 7 days. You see the tape, right? Well, the movie really scared me, but it was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after I saw the movie. It's like, okay, I'm good. I remember one night, I think I had Robot Chicken on, right? But they were doing a parody of The Ring. And in the parody, there was a scene of like the Ring girl, Samara, coming from the well. So I thought I was dead. Like I saw the TV, it was her coming out of the well. I'm like, oh, I'm dead.
Was it
'Cause
just
that's
like
what
one of those things where like you didn't know that like it was an actual episode? You thought like that shit was actually happening?
Yes, I thought it was actually happening. I thought she was coming out of the well, walking towards me. So I thought I was dead. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dead. I shit myself. And then I was like, oh, it's just an episode of Robot Chicken, okay. But I don't know, it was still a parody, but I was like, dude, I thought it was real. I thought it was just some creepy hallucination. So I thought I was dead, but it didn't happen. And then The Conjuring 2, oh my, there's this nun from The Conjuring 2, like in 2016. That thing creeped me out, dude. I remember I go at night to get some milk. I would see that thing in the hallways, dude. I would not be able to sleep, bro. I look at it now and it still creeps me out. It's such a creepy design. Like it's just not normal, man. Like I remember like I'd go home at like 10 o'clock at night and I'd see that thing in the window. And then like I couldn't do it. I was like, this is too much, bro.
Has like
Creepy.
any like paranormal stuff happened to you ever? Because I'm not even joking. I swear on my life, when I was sharing room with my brother, this was like whenever I was a little bit younger. So I was probably like, because I was on the bunk bed at this time, so I was like 10 or 9 when this happened. We had to sleep with our door open to get like good AC air, circulation in our room because our house was kind of mid at the time. So our door was open, right? And I woke up in the middle of the night. I didn't have any smartphone. I just had a flip phone. So I couldn't
Oh.
like illuminate anything and I couldn't really like get on my phone. Well, my brother was asleep because I hear him snoring. And I knew someone was like up because like I could see like the TV glow in the hallway type of thing because our house was pretty small. So I knew someone was in the living room watching TV, but no one was at the door because I could perfectly see like the door, right? I'm not even trolling. I swear on everything I love. You can say, oh, it was the AC. You can get your explanation. I don't care. The door literally closed and opened by itself. I'm not even. No one was there. No one was there. It literally opened. I saw it with my own eyes. I'll never forget it. I was so traumatized, and because it was scary because I'd watched like Paranormal Activity 3 with my sisters
Oh.
and brother like a week before this happened. So I was beyond scared for my life because I saw that thing open, saw that thing close, and I was just shook. I was like frozen. I was like, when I get super scared, I just freeze. So I was just kind of frozen in bed, and I just like slowly went back to sleep. And then I told everyone about it, and they're like, "Oh, it was probably just like the AC." I'm like, "Yeah, the AC like closed it and opened it, right? Yeah, that makes sense, right, Gunnar? Like the AC closed my door and then opened it perfectly, right? Right?"
Sometimes like that happens to me in my house. Like a door will just randomly close, and like at daytime, like maybe it's just the AC. But like at night, if I'm walking out at night, and I got like just getting some milk, and I just boing, like
Nah,
like,
bro.
oh,
No.
I'm just like, it's a Babadook, I'm dead.
There's
But
literally some things like you just can't explain. Like, and I hate
nah,
because I'm not even joking. Now that we're talking about this stuff, I hate that we're talking about this because it's creepy stuff. My dad and mom were telling me about this literally earlier this week, like it's last week. So it was Thursday. Yeah, my mom has this like weird habit of like waking up. She has like trouble sleeping. So when she like wakes up, she'll go to the living room, right? And like watch TV with like the volume kind of low. She doesn't like make noise or anything. Dude. So my dad wakes up at like 3 a.m. to go to work. And he told me he heard like the kitchen trash door close and he thought it was my mom. So he called out her name, right? Dude, he like gets out of his room and like he calls her name again, right? Because he said he heard the door close. He said my mom was passed out on the couch. So he said it was beyond. He said my dad said he was spooked. He's like, I don't know what it was. I was like, I was like, dude, it's funny you say that because sometimes when I go to sleep at night, I literally hear like thumps and steps and stuff. I'm like, is that just my mom or is that like what's going on down there? But I'm like, do I go down and check or am I dead? You know, like what's gonna happen?
I think it's just like at night, like your senses are hyper aware because you have no sight. So then like you just hear crap and you just automatically assume it's like some demonic presence. Um, I don't know. I mean, like at night, like if I hear a sound in the hallway, I'm spooked. It doesn't matter. I'm just like, what is that sound? You know, because a
Yeah,
lot of these horror movies, like they did a good job of like making these imaginary insignificant sounds seem creepy. Like when you watch The Conjuring and you hear like a little creepy sound, it's always like a demon or some creepy doll. But really, it's probably just like the sounds. But now I'm like paranoid every night I go to bed. It's like I don't know what the frick's going on. Like what the hell was that? I'm gonna die. So yeah.
yeah, those movies like I had to stay away
Oh
from those movies at one point because I went through a weird phase where like I didn't sleep with my light on, but like I couldn't sleep without my TV on because I was too scared because I like binge watched the Paranormal Activity series and
yeah.
I just scared myself too
I
much.
think like the woods at night really scare me. Like after I watched the Blair Witch and Sinister, like I just can't like look at the woods at night. Like they're like I feel like there's been times in history like someone just died in the woods and there's just spirits out there going to kill you. So I don't know, man. I don't like that. The woods creep me out at night. I think the woods more than anything creep me out at night because it's like all these freaking quiet, empty trees and like something can just kill you out there. So I don't know. Woods creep me out. Anyways, um, on another topic, what's the most awkward situation you've ever been in?
You know, I've been in a lot of awkward situations, but I think I'll tell this story this time. So going into my freshman year at NSU, we had to do the freshman. No, I already forgot what it was called. I feel like an old person now. What is that?
Welcome.
Welcome week. Yeah, we did do welcome week, right? You know what welcome week is.
Yeah.
We had to do welcome week, and it was like Monday through Friday type of thing,
Yeah.
and it was like one of the early days. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. We kind of like got out of all of our activities early. We had like dinner or lunch really early, and then we were like free to do whatever we want. There's like some activities on campus that they like recommended we could do.
Yeah.
So I went to the fit and like played basketball and like worked out a little bit, and then I wanted to go get some food and then go home. So I went to Chick-fil-A in the UG, and it was completely empty
Hmm.
because like everyone had already ate. So I went to the UG and they had no food because, like, so they just ate. So they had like remake some food. So they told me to be a minute. So I was just there waiting on them to pass out the food in little slots. And there was some kids in there, but they were like NSU band kids, and they were just all eating already by themselves. So then here comes this kid I went to high school with. His name was Kevin. He walks in and he like says hey to me. I say hey back. I'm just waiting. So he like looks over, sees that he doesn't see any food, so he just grabs a cup. He's filling it up with the lemonade. Chick-fil-A lemonade goes hard, by the way. He gets some lemonade, and you know this man is, I guess you could say, he's pretty clumsy, and he took one too many steps, Gunner. And next thing you know, his lemonade is all over the floor and all over my shoes. And he's got all his band kids that are his friends, like, nice, Kevin. There's like laughing and cracking jokes. And I'm just like, why, man? Like, why? Like, I just wanted to get some Chick-fil-A and go home, have a nice rest of my day. And you just had to spill this lemonade on my freaking shoes. So then I'm like being the nice person I am, and I'm helping him clean it up. And he has the nerve to say, "Oh, you missed the spot." Like, bro, like, come on. Like, you're lucky I didn't throw my drink on your face. Like, come on, dude. Like, you don't gotta be like a smart aleck remark like that. But that was just like the most awkward situation I can think of.
You know, there's been a lot. I mean, like, it's really hard to narrow down one because there's a lot of awkward situations in band where, like, you just see like a 15, 16-year-old couple making out and you want to like die. It's on the bus, you can't ignore it, you know. And you're next to some guy who smells like cat pee, or you know, like your band director makes some cringy joke and you want to die, you know. But I remember, you know, there's a lot. I mean, for me, it was just like any situation where it's like you're just next to some weird awkward couple in band and they're just making out, or in high school it's just the most awkward crap. You're just like, why are you doing this? You're like 15 and 16, just stop. But there is one awkward situation. So one time at my job, like, there's this guy, I thought he was all right. He sent me a very suggestive snap and I know how to process it, so I kind of blocked him. And that was really,
Explain.
I don't think I should. Anyways, like, it was bad. So I blocked him. You know, I tried to like play it off, but I was like, no, this is weird. So I told my boss about it. And then like every shift with that guy was just kind of awkward because I was like, oh, it's like, okay. I mean, you like that. Okay. So like I was like, nah. This is weird. That was just awkward, bro. Like, I was like, nah. No, that's just too far, man. Like you like jumped the shark. I thought we were just screwing around, but you said that, man. Like,
when you say screwing around, you might want to clear that people could take that the wrong way. What do you mean by screwing around? Just being friends, right?
I thought we were just being friendly, you know, making like, you know, funny gay jokes, and then it just kind of went a little far. So, you know, yeah, just, you know, little something. But hey, you know, we're good now. Nothing wrong with it. So yeah, just, you know, live and learn, I guess, you know, just but yeah, no, any situation or just involves like any, like, when it's a miscommunication, like with like some other person, like either they like you or you like them, I think that's the most awkward thing, because like it's just miscommunication, so awkward, bro. It's just so cringe. So like anything like that's just awkward to me. So also, you know, one thing is, what do you do if your girlfriend tells you to cut off your best friend?
Sorry, repeat that one more time.
What do you do if your girlfriend tells you to cut off your best friend?
I mean, it really depends, you know, like, I guess on, like, if she just randomly says that, because that has happened to me before, then it's time to open your eyes and realize you're in a really bad spot, right? So you probably want to like tell her like, hey, like, is this a joke? Because if it's not, I'm gonna break up with you. Please tell me you're joking around. Now, if she has like a valid reason, like your best friend's like, I don't know, like screwing one of you guys over in the relationship or something like that, then I guess it would be an appropriate comment, but I don't know, that really doesn't like mold well with me to just like say like, hey, that's your best friend, right? Yeah, well, I want you to stop talking to him or it's over. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if that happens, it's just like one of those things where it's like, you better have like a really valid explanation to this. Like, did he do some crazy stuff that I don't know about? Like, to you, did he like sexually assault someone that I'm not aware
Yeah, do
of?
you like rape someone? Because I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, did he do something like out of this world that I'm not aware of? If not, then like, what are you saying? Like, it's over. You know what I mean?
Right. You know, I think it's kind of iffy. I mean, if you're friends with like some weird bum, like Jesse Pinkman kind of guy who's just selling drugs. I mean, I could kind of see it. You're like, okay, yeah, like maybe I should cut this guy off because he's not doing anything. But it's also kind of like, are you just doing this to control aspects of my life? In that case, I'm like, no, this is just wrong. I mean, you're trying to like cut off my friend. So maybe like you could argue it's a part of relationships. I just think it's like, I don't think it's right for somebody to just like want to cut off the people in your life that you enjoy. So I think it's kind of a red flag, unless it's like they have a really great reason. Like, okay, yeah, this, like that. Maybe you're right. Maybe this is really bad, right? So yeah, I'd say that overall it's like a red flag, but I don't know. Sometimes there's a good reason for it.
We hope you guys enjoy this episode of the And One podcast. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Draymond